Today is going to be, I think, at times a tough day, at times a challenging day, but ultimately it's a day about hope. And hope comes from a wish and a wanting for a better life and for a better society.
Today is all about hope. Yes, it's going to be some difficult conversations, but I really believe if we can work together, we can make a difference and move forward with hope.
So we need to get this right, to not upset people, to save lives.
And here's just a few things. You've heard about don't say committed suicide, say died by suicide. Even saying took their own life or ended their own life, it's difficult for some people to take.
The numbers, just so you're aware, has caught that overall 6,000 figure which has been talked about. Last year, as an example, there was around 210 water-related suicides in the UK.
Children exposed to domestic violence are 6 times more likely to die by suicide.
Well, that picture is one of the last pictures we took together, and I just need to say, he really didn't look like he was going to die by suicide. And my key point is check in on people and ask again.
That part of me that I left in your care was not intended to cause you sorrow. It's to remind you of the happiness we shared until we meet in some future tomorrow.
It just creates that community, that whole environment that we want to know and reach out to lads and say that you're not alone, which is what Solace is doing. And it's not just with lads, it's just offering that glimmer of hope.
This conference is let's talk about suicide, and we've already heard some of the speakers talking about how people find it so hard to talk about it.
So I've lost many people to suicide in Blackpool, so it's really important, and that's why I wanted to come here. I will introduce the panel.
And so my lived experience starts pretty young.
I want to be able to do it on my own, simple as that. And it's the best thing I've ever done because the community in Blackpool, it's amazing.
Teacher retention rates is the lowest they've ever been. So if the teachers are under so much stress, it's almost they can't like the empathy for what a kid's going through.
Which was a major breakthrough for myself, knowing that taking each day is absolutely fine, taking each minute as well.
When it comes to suicide, we are still very much in a blame culture, and I do think we need to move to one of accountability.
But actually the point is that we don't empower anybody, right? People empower themselves to have control over their own lives, to have the decisions over their own lives. All we can do is provide an environment.
I think hope's a big thing, and hope can be learned. I didn't have hope for years, and I was really miserable.
It doesn't do anything for you.
I'm one of the lucky ones. Luckily, my wife walked through the door as I was about to. And stopped me. I ended up going to the GPs, getting the right support.
And that was the first moment that I realised I was going to be able to heal. I realised that this darkness that was kind of living inside of me wasn't just going to be there forever. I could find ways to cope with it.
I make it into history as one of just 4 people to have ever swum non-stop around the Isle of Wight. Out of the water, the tide turned for me when I stopped seeing myself as a victim, as someone that something awful had happened to, and became someone with my own narrative of empowerment, someone who's developed resilience and a will to succeed, not in spite of what I've been through, but rather because of it.
Thank you to each and every one of you today who's been here, who's shared your story, you participated. You are the reason for hope.
Today has been special, overwhelming, intense, heartwarming, heartbreaking, with a genuine sense of purpose. We've a long way to go for sure, but my word, we're in it together. As each person talks, it reduces the orcs, validating each of our endeavours. Thank you for sharing yourselves. Walking this emotional tightrope. We came to talk about suicide. We leave talking about hope, whatever that means to you. Thank you.
Hope you know I hear you when you're sending up a prayer. You're whispering that you
every step you take, and I hope